I'll make that motion.
All right, thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion by the board? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. This time we'll certify the executive session.
Mr. Chairman, I move to certify that the best of our knowledge only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements, only such public business matters as were identified in the motion to go into executive session heard, discussed, and considered in executive session. And there were 2.23711A1 personnel, 2.23711A7 consultation legal counsel legal, and 2.23711A8 consultation legal counsel general.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Zachariah?
Yes.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Cook?
Yes.
Ms. Compton?
Yes.
Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Yes, Ms. Sue. All right, thank you. At this time, those who can, would you please stand for the invocation, then Mr. Zachariah will lead us to the pledge of allegiance, please. Mr. Fletcher, if you would please.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the day of blessings that you've given us, for the health and strength that we have together tonight. Pray that you bless our students and our staff as they're on vacation this summer, that you give them a restful time of enjoyment and relaxation, ready to start again in the fall. We ask your blessings on this meeting tonight. Pray that you give direction and guidance to our board members as they make decisions that affect their system. Watch over us through this night. In Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, do any of the board members have any adjustments to the agenda? All right, Dr. Brown, do you have any adjustments to the agenda?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I have one additional personnel item.
All right. Got it. All right, clerk has that entered. This time I'll take a motion that we approve the agenda as presented. Thank you. So have a second? Second. Thank you. Any discussion by the board? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. There are none. This time I'll take a motion that we dispense with reading of the last month's regular meeting minutes.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Zachariah. So have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion by the board? All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, the same sign. This time I'll take a motion we approve the minutes as presented from the last month's meeting.
Make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Cook. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion by the board? All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, the same sign. There are none. Recognitions, Dr. Brown, please.
Yes, sir, I ask Mr. Fletcher to come forward, take the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. Mr. Chairman, members of the board, it's a pleasure tonight to bring some people before you that we'd like to recognize. First of all, we have our art contest winners. I'd like to ask these students and their administrators if they're here and their parents, family that's with them, if you would come forward at this time. Chadden Music from Lebanon Elementary, Destiny Coleman from Honecker High School, and Sarah Garst from Lebanon High School. This is going to be a treat for our audience tonight. I think you all probably seen this artwork. But we did have our art contest probably 6 weeks, 2 months ago, the county contest, and we selected one piece of art from 3 different grade levels to represent us in the regional art contest. So tonight we want to present to you the students who had the winning pieces of art in each category here at our county contest, and one of those placed in the regional contest. So I'd like to, Dr. Brown, you want to, we're going to hang these pictures, we're going to let them hold them for pictures, then we'll take them back and we'll put them out here on display for this next year. I've got elementary, placed second in the regional art contest as well as winning this category in the elementary. That's Chaden, I'm sorry, Chaden Music, Lebanon Elementary School.
And as far as the piece of artwork, it really created a lot of discussion whenever we went to the forum. You have to love it. Okay? Do you have someone in your family that kind of just comes to mind? Okay? For a year. We're going to have it on display right outside the door. Okay? All right.
At the middle school level, Destiny Coleman on Acre High School.
We'll put it on display as well.
And Sarah Garst, Lebanon High School.
And again, all these will be on display for a year, and then we'll give them back. Okay? Actually, I'm going to try to buy one or two. Okay? All right.
Excuse me, Dr. Brown, before we do this, I'll make a statement to these folks, and didn't want these folks to miss it. Today is D-Day. If you don't know about it, you need to get history of it. If that day hadn't occurred several years ago, we wouldn't be here having a school board meeting with freedom to speak as we are now. We might have been speaking another language and this kind of thing. So we need to honor those people that paid the price. Thank you. I think you do. We gotta acknowledge it.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta acknowledge it.
Let's have a picture for outside. You grab yours? Okay. Outside. Photographing, Thank you.
Oh, I know.
I didn't remember because of you, I didn't come. I got
All right, Mr. Chairman, next we have some students who made and participated in all Virginia Choir. We're proud of these students from Lebanon High School. It's an arduous process to get to that point. We'd like to welcome them tonight, along with the choir director and Mr. Long, if you would come forward, students and parents, Andrew Bale and Tessa Harmon. Mr. Long.
Well, I can't speak too much about choir, except I'm extremely proud of them winning and the way they represented Lebanon High School. and Russell County School. But I can speak about what fine young lady and gentleman I have here. Andrew, been involved in everything at Lebanon High School. He's been a pillar at Lebanon High School, and just a great kid. He's going to be going off to college next year, and he'll be greatly missed. Tessa, same thing, great young lady, takes care of herself, does what she's supposed to do, and does it in fine fashion. Good thing about Tessa is I get to have her a couple more years, because she's a good one, she's a good one. Okay, now Ms. Hardy, you talk about your singing.
They are truly very gifted, and they put in the time. When it came to the audition process, they stayed with me, worked on their music, and worked on their sight singing and perfecting that, and that's why they're being recognized tonight. I'm very proud of them.
Ladies first, Tessa Harmon, Lebanon High School. Presentation by the Russell County School Board in recognition of selections to the 2019 All-Virginia Treble Choir Alto 2. All right. Presented to Andrew Bell, Lebanon High School, by the Russell County School Board in recognition of selection to the 2019 All-Virginia Mixed Choir Tenor 2. Second tenor.
You got my attention, son. You sing in the way
Next, we have two of our schools that have been honored by the Department of Education for their success with the achievement that their schools have made with SOL testing. The first one is for Belfast Elementary. The award they received was the Virginia Index of Performance Board of Education Excellence Award. And we have Oneacre Elementary School, the Virginia Index of Performance Board of Education Distinguished Achievement Award. I'd like to ask the administrators from those two schools to come forward. And if any teachers are here, we'd like for you to join in. For Belfast Elementary, let me read to you just a little bit what this award is based on. This is an award for educational excellence. Schools that are eligible for this award have to meet all state and federal benchmarks and achieve applicable excellence goals for elementary reading and participation in the Virginia Preschool Initiative. So the governor and the State Board of Education set goals above and beyond what's required for accreditation. So Belfast Elementary has met that standard. And the Distinguished Achievement Award means that they met all of the standards that are required for accreditation, all the federal standards, and they have made significant progress toward the governor and the State Board of Education standards. So that's important.
One thing that I'll say to our principals, especially our teachers and students, the success this year is really remarkable. When you look at the overall SOL success of our school division, our individual schools, it's definitely noteworthy. If you were to look at all the SOL assessments, all the SOL tests that's been taken over the last month, as a division, if you were to lump it all together, we're at 88.5% success rate, which is just incredible when you think about the fact that we're talking a couple thousand, 4,000 tests, and we're at 88.5% success rate. And that credit goes to the teachers, parents, students, and our administrators. Good job.
Congratulations to you. Y'all well. Congratulations. Hey, Chief.
And our last awards that we'd like to present are to our employees, our regular monthly awards for Employee of the Month. William Hughes wasn't able to be here last month. He was the male recipient for support personnel. We'd like to ask William to come forward from Lebanon Elementary School. He's not here. Ms. Long, you come forward and accept that for him. Lisa McLaughlin, for this month, support employee from Honecker High School. And Stephanie Martin, English teacher at Lebanon High School. If you all would come forward with your administrators, please, and any family that you may have. Let me read a little bit that was written about Mr. Hughes. He's the custodian at Lebanon Elementary School. He says he's always polite, willing to help out in any way he can. You can depend on him, takes pride in his work, and wants to keep the school clean for everyone. He's a hard worker and goes above and beyond to do anything for anybody. He's always willing to help when needed. Always helpful. If we're short a worker and can't get us done, he's always willing to get the supplies and do cleanup. And he's always willing to help out a coworker, always has a good attitude, keeps the building nice and clean for our students. Always smiling and taking pride in his work. This month's Support Employee of the Month, Lisa McLaughlin from Honecker High School. I'll read a few of the comments here. She's by far one of the best secretaries and bookkeepers that I've had the pleasure of working with. She takes pride in her position at Honecker High School. The auditors who come each year are very complimentary of the job she does. However, her role as a bookkeeper is only one of her fine attributes. Throughout the year, Ms. McLaughlin works with our administrative and custodial team to make sure that our school and school grounds are kept neat, clean, attractive, and inviting to all those who visit. She takes on the leadership role in attending to the landscaping outside of the school and the decor inside the school. Ms. McLaughlin also works alongside our cafeteria manager to make sure that cafeteria policies and procedures are followed and that all students have access to a good breakfast and lunch. I've witnessed on many occasions Ms. McLaughlin buying food and clothing items for underprivileged students in our school. She has paid for gaps and gowns for teachers whose parents could not afford them and has bought many, many lunches for her fellow co-workers as a token of appreciation. And on another recommendation, it's much the same. She does an excellent job as bookkeeper, goes above and beyond to make sure the office runs well, does many extra duties around the school, very deserving of this award. Ms. McLaughlin. And the Teacher of the Month for May is Ms. Stephanie Martin. Teacher papers. All right. A little bit unusual. Here we've got a couple of recommendations for her that the judges have selected, but they're students who have made these recommendations. She works so well with her classes. She teaches in a way that interests teenagers and captures our attention. As a current college student getting ready to apply for the teacher education program at Radford University, I can confidently say that she has been not only one of my biggest influences, but also one of the only teachers I've ever had that truly believed in me. She is easily one of the largest reasons that I am pursuing a teaching license, and I can only hope to be half the teacher she was for me. She deserves all the recognition she can get. Give us one.
The recognition, Dr. Brown.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're down to the delegation on the agenda.
Yes, sir. We have 3 individuals. Ms. Carla Stone, if you'll come forward.
Stone. Sorry.
Dr. Brown, my name is I retired in Pittsburgh in 2012 after 32 years of teaching in Russell County schools. I'm still a property owner and a taxpayer in Russell County, and 2 of my grandchildren attend Castlewood schools. I've driven 2 hours to speak to this board concerning their treatment of Lila Jenkins. I told my I'm going off the street for a moment. I told my granddaughter, who's having a hard time deciding what she wants to do, to find what you love and do that, and you'll never feel like you worked a day of your life. And I can honestly say, I never felt like I worked a day in my life because I loved it. And I can tell each and every one of you, Lila Jenkins feels the same way. Now, I worked with her during my entire teaching career. We taught kindergarten and 3rd grade together, and we're the site coordinators of the first after-school program at Castlewood Elementary School. Lila Jenkins is a dedicated, caring educator. In my experience, any student who recognizes that the rules apply to everyone and is willing to obey these rules has no problem with Ms. Lila. Neither do parents who have raised their children to respect authority. Lila has always held all students accountable, no matter what their stature is in the community. She treats everybody the same, and that's the way it should be. She's the closest to Lorraine Turner that I've ever seen. I truly have not understood how this board, Dr. Brown and Mr. Fletcher, could ignore all the positive comments and accolades from parents, faculty, and students from Castlewood High School, but readily accept the negative comments and innuendos that were sent anonymously through letters and emails. On further reflection, I believe I do understand. I've thought and thought and thought about it. It's really simple. You choose to believe the comments that further your agenda towards Mrs. Jenkins. I don't understand how you can live with yourselves while you are destroying this woman's career. I don't understand it. I thank you for your time, and I'm going to close with this. Colossians 3:17. And whatever you do or say, do it as a representative of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks through him to God the Father. Can you all honestly look in your hearts and ask yourselves if you've treated Lila as Jesus would on this earth? Have you treated her with honesty, with integrity, with respect, and with fairness? I, for one, don't believe you have. Thank you.
you.
Miss Lisa Kaiser.
Dr. Brown, Mr. Fletcher, Chairman, Board, hello. I'm speaking here tonight because as a parent of a student at Castlewood High School, I, along with many other parents and students, are sickened at the treatment of our principal, Lila Jenkins. Ms. Jenkins works daily to ensure that the school is run efficiently. She works very hard and asks little in return. I can speak from experience that Ms. Lila is very easy to work with. I work with her firsthand on fundraising for clubs and athletes of our school. Myself, as well as some other parents, are there at every school function, especially school dances, to lend our hand and support, not to criticize or to judge her. She has always made myself and many others feel welcome anytime we enter that school. She is Castlewood through and through. I know she has each and every student's best interest at heart and goes above and beyond. The local politics of Russell County Public Schools is very similar to Washington, D.C., not efficient and only serves to advance a chosen few to the top. The plan to move Miss Lila has been a plan for a long time, and everyone locally knew it. You, as a school board, have not been to the school that you have run to question the teachers about their thoughts and wants and needs, correct? And the parents and students, do we not have a choice? I know all of you have been invited to attend our school functions. I personally have called and asked Dr. Brown to attend and just see for himself what goes on at our school functions, but he's always seemed to have a prior engagement. You obviously do not care or do not want to take into consideration what teachers want, what our parents want, or our students. As a majority, and yes, a majority, a large number of teachers, staff, parents, and students support her. I guarantee you that you will get a great majority that will support her. Ask us what we want. Ask the teachers what they want. Ask the students what they want. I'm willing to bet you that you'll get an overwhelming support for Ms. Lila. You are listening to a few and to one that cries to the Lebanon News of some little something that didn't go his way. Really? Is that the majority? I am one voice, and on behalf of teachers, parents, and students, speaking out because we care about our school, our community, and our children, all the students at Castlewood High School. What we want is what's best for our community, our school, and our students, which is Miss Lila, the principal. My prayers are with you as you go on and pray and think about this situation. On another note, I have heard about the football field, that our football team is getting a turf field. What about the softball? And what about the girls? What about their sports? Thank you for your time. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Mr. Kaiser?
I don't have much more to say, they said all four of them. But I'm 100% behind Ms. Lila. She's done a great job. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, does that complete the delegation, Dr. Grant?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, has the board had the opportunity to review the approval of bills and accounts as presented?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Take a motion at this time, we approve those
So
bills.
moved.
All right, do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion by the board? All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, the same sign. Resignations, retirement, Dr. Brown?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we have a few.
Has the board had the opportunity to review those? Yes, If so, I'll take a motion to approve the resignation retirements as presented.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion by the board? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign.
No,
No. Okay, on which,
just leave it at
are you voting no to every one of them?
that. No. Just Mr. Franklin.
All right,
Yes on the others.
good. Got that. Good. All right, Dr. Brown, you personnel and transfers, please.
Yes, sir, list again for the board's consideration.
All right, board had the opportunity to review that. If so, I'll take a motion to approve the new personnel transfers as presented.
I'll make a motion.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second that, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks, sir. Do I have any discussion by the board? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Or none. Dr. Brown?
Yes, sir, on the additional personnel item, Mr. Chairman, I recommend that Ms. Lyle Jenkins be immediately reassigned from her position as principal of Castlewood High School to a position yet to be determined. I will also recommend that effective July 1st, 2019, her salary be adjusted and or reduced to align with her new position.
I ask for roll call vote on that, please.
We're going to do that, Mr. Collins. First of all, I need a motion to approve it.
You get it on the floor, okay?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
All right, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second that, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks, sir. Any discussion by the board? All right, roll call vote. Mr. Zach Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Boswell?
Yes.
Mr. Ball?
Yes.
Mr. Cook?
Yes.
Ms. Compton?
No.
Mr. Collins?
No.
Yes, myself. All right, Dr. Brown?
Yes, sir, we have an action item for board's consideration, a few items tonight. The first one being the 2019-20 Student Code of Conduct. 3 changes basically for the board's consideration dealing with drug and alcohol policy, the length of the tobacco policy as far as the suspension is concerned, and then finally a brief discussion that's been added, or a section has been added for parents to better understand and communicate the chronic absenteeism requirement within the ESSA regs.
All right, has the board had the opportunity to review the Russell County Public Schools Conduct Code? If they have, I'll take a motion, we approve that.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, I
I'll
think
second.
I have Mr. Bostic and Ms. Compton back. All right, any discussion by the board? If not, I'll
Well, I appreciate your updating some of those changes that you made
Yes, ma'am.
to that. So,
Especially that drug policy.
yes, I think.
That's one need to be fixed back.
all right. All right. Is any other discussion by the board? All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, the same sign. Or none. Dr. Brown, recommendation from the budget workshop, please.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. The board met on Thursday, May the 16th, in a budget workshop, second budget workshop of the season. In the budget workshop, members discussed any needed adjustments for the FY20 budget and needs. We're waiting for the governor to approve his budget, and then in turn, the Russell County Russell County Board of Supervisors to approve their budget and such. With that being said, there is a recommendation, Mr. Chairman. Staff recommends the request for level funding of the debt service for Russell County Public Schools remain as presented in the FY20 budget of need. So again, we're requesting that remain, again, as requested. However, staff recommend the board members approve adjustments to the use of these funds. Specifically, staff recommends scaling back the project for the athletic facility for the Lebanon area, but not constructing the field house at the time of the initial construction. These funds could be appropriated for the installation of the state-of-the-art artificial turf athletic field at Castlewood. This, coupled with addressing athletic facility projects at Hunacre, will generate improved facilities for all students in Russell County Public Schools.
All right, thank you. Do I have a motion on the floor first?
Make a motion I'll second that, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Acquittal. Open it up for discussion. Ms. Compton, if you like, please.
What about the 6%? I think we had been talking about 6% salary for our people. Where's that fell?
Yes, ma'am. The state of Virginia, at this point in time, still has 5% raise in the budget. And again, the localities do have a responsibility for that. That entire 5% does not come from the state. We are responsible for 23.22% of that money. The budget group did have a task force created for our employees to evaluate our salaries, and that committee recommended a +1, which we did put into the budget of need, which would make 6%. In conversations that I've had with the county administrator, that's still, again, a hope moving forward. We've had conversations practically daily on exactly what we can do as far as both sides moving forward. Every day, he's getting more and more information. There's more than just straight funds from the general account, if you will, at the state level. There's other funding sources that come through, and as he's getting that, that's being solidified more and more. So staff's still optimistic that we'll get the 6% pay raise this company.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other discussion by the board? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. There are none. Dr. Brown takes us to the approval of Title II.
Yes, sir. The title programs are to be approved by the school board members each year. Title II funds represent federal monies dedicated to class size reduction in the primary grades, teacher professional development, and travel. Title II federal funds total, with our application this year, $156,661. We will have additional title programs. The street is working on those applications. It's a very, very time-consuming process. So we'll hope to have more of those with the year-ending closeout meeting here at the end of June. But at this point in time, sir, we do have one, and that is the Title II application ready for board's approval.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right, do I have a motion to approve the Title II as presented?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Ms. Gunn. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Have a second, Mr. Collins. Any discussion by the board? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. There are none. Dr. Brown, the application of the Virginia High School League.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. The school board has paid the annual VHSL membership fee for the last several years. Again, the board has access to review the application. Staff recommend approval to pay the VHSL membership fee for the FY20 school year as presented. Basically, we have to pay a fee for the number of participants and actually the number of programs that we are planning to participate in each year. And those monies go to the VHSL, and they use those to help deal with regional, state competitions to help compensate for the costs associated with those.
All right. Thank you, sir. This time I'll take a motion to approve the Virginia High School League membership for the 1920 fiscal year.
So moved.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Collins. Do I have a second?
I'll second that. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Ball. Appreciate that.
Dr. Brown, a question.
Yes.
I'm not questioning the validity of it, because it's the right thing to do, because all these schools don't have the money to pay. What does that encompass as far as money in the run of the year? Can you give me that figure?
Yes, sir. Yes. The amount is here with the application. For instance, with Castlewood High School, $2,100 for the year. $23.92 for Honeacre, and $28.27.50 for Lebanon High School.
It's about $7,000 or $8,000 in the run of the year. And then one point I'll make on that, a lot of people don't understand, a lot of the counties don't do that. The school has to pay their own, and it comes out of their athletic money, of course, or school fund. But that's a good thing, because everybody don't take them big gates in their pocket.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Mr. Collins. Unfortunately, those days seem to be long gone when you look at gate receipts for football drives and I guess the funds for athletic programs. But things of this nature, with the board helping, definitely helps with our high schools. In addition to that, you have the insurance
Right.
as well that the board picks up, and that's another item that some school divisions make the schools pay for.
All right. Any other discussion about the board? If Not all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Or none. First reading of policies under consideration, Dr. Brown.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, and I guess this is a repeat item from, I guess, April. We had over 50 policies out of the General Assembly action that the VHSL went through and adjusted the VHSL Master Policy Manual and shared that with those individuals like Russell County that are members of the VSBA. I said VHSL earlier, I apologize, VSBA. With that being said, that was approved by the board in May. This is another set of policies that have come through, and again, it's in the mid-50s for the board's consideration. And again, those can be located here under the policy tab. And if you look under draft, you'll see those categories and sections. And again, any of the policies there that are associated for review will have, again, an indication of what's new, what's changed, what's deleted, or what's added.
All right. Board have any questions about that? I think that was just an information item, so
If-
move on to sales tax, 363,089.68. Maintenance report, Dr. Brown, if you would, please.
Yes, sir. Again, we do have HVAC definitely that's kicked up, and we're working on those things that appears every day, but the project at Honeacre High School with the press box is nearly complete. The eaves on the field house at Castlewood have been replaced, and we're getting ready to replace the roof as well on the field house. We found some soft spots there with the 4x8 sheeting, so we're going to reshingle and resheet those sections as well. We're going to be working on at Castlewood the dental molding and the soft good around both the elementary and the high school. We've already had one group come in and give us a quote on that. We're going to have a couple others because it's fairly significant cost to do that because you're about 50 foot off the ground to repair that, but it does look favorable. We'll be able to get that done this summer as well. At Lebanon High School, the softball field, we're wrapping up the concession stand, restroom combo there.
All right.
Let me ask you, excuse me, Mr. Chairman, a question on money, as far as the debt service money, would there be any available to help move the softball field at Castlewood in close to the baseball field where it all could be used together?
Yes, we've actually went and walked that off. Right now, how the football field is currently positioned, we could put the softball field between football and baseball because we're about 35 feet short on one end. We can get 200 feet down one line, but we can't down the other. But we can, I believe, we can slide the football field down if we can move forward with the construction of this, again, the field turf field. We can actually slide the football field down about 20 yards, so we have all that room down at the scoreboard end.
Right.
And that will create some space there. We can look at moving the concession stand and that restroom there on the right, slide that down. We can create that space for girls softball. It'd be wonderful if we could have a new football field, a new softball field, and of course the baseball field looks really good with the concession stand, press box, restroom, triplet that the board approved us putting in there with the new sound system and the new scoreboards. So
But I
hopefully
think
so.
the girls' program deserves that field to be there.
Absolutely.
And not have to play without bleachers and everything, no concession stand or anything else, basically.
Yes, sir, I agree.
All right. Anything else from the board on the maintenance report?
But they would be looking to keep it up there in the same vicinity, right?
It'd be on campus.
Yeah.
Yes,
Not
yeah, but it
being
wouldn't be right there where it's at now.
Okay.
It would be between, really, it'd be where the playground is now